Hey guys, again, we appreciate you coming in again. And as we are one united, as we always do, we are an organization that is there to serve our communities. And together we serve, and with the involvement of the community, and we are all community-oriented organization that we're there really to help our communities. We're really involved in talent, training, and then technology. So today we are looking at different programs. Mainly, we're looking at employment, and we're looking at different programs within our organization, what we could do as an organization. But last time on Tuesday, with our CEO, we went through all this that you can see, mainly program development with the We Are One United. So we went through all this. One way to get the most out of life is to look upon it as an adventure. So this is really from William Heather. And we went on our fundamental statements, and we looked at our purpose. We looked also at the vision and mission. And based on our discussions and the CEO, the way he presented it in our class on Tuesday, our purpose is to equip with the skills and tools that are really our communities need. And our vision, we're looking at really having thriving communities. And also our mission is high quality and high impact. So looking at how we can really provide all those. So I'm not going to go through all this, because today what we are supposed to do is to look at exactly different departments that we have in the organization. And the different departments that we have in organization, these are the different ones that we have in organization. We have youth development, and really the director in charge of that, the one that is in charge mainly, the director, but the one who is in charge is Bill. And really Bill and Kathy have been working on this and all the programs that we have. And also we have mental health, where we have Jessica. She's a co-found member and also the director of mental health. And then we have community well-being. Mainly Kathy is taking a lead on this. And then we have social enterprise employment, whereby I'm taking a lead on it. So these, the two ones at the bottom, John had not gone through them. So we are waiting Tuesday, he's going to go through them. But mainly today, we're supposed to, as a group, to go through each department, because on Tuesday, people came in with ideas and different ideas. And after John presenting, he really gave us also a task to go home and look at what other we can put in. But mainly when we looked at youth development, that's what John went through. And he really had a lot of discussion on this, and it went well. But today, and then the youth development, these are some of the things that we're looking at to do in the future. And also some of them have already started, but some of them we are still planning. And then the mental health. But today we looked at social enterprise. And the social enterprise that we looked at job clubs. And job clubs, we're looking at what are we really going to do within the job clubs. We're looking at really how to help people to go through interviews. If somebody comes and he's looking for a job, how can we help them, train them to be able to go through the interviews for a job? So we're not just looking at to go for interview for a job, but we're looking at preparing them. If they need a resume, we will support them. If they need anywhere to look for either to dress for success, we will help them. All the resources that might be needed. And we're looking also at how, when we are working with the reentry population, and we're looking at really working with the advancing states, because they really specialize in helping reentry population. So we looked at that of how we can really work together as partners to be able to help that kind of population. So we're also looking at really, if we're looking at some others, we looked at finance literacy, and many financial literacy, we're not just looking at how we educate them on finance, but more than that. If somebody is looking at, okay, how do you manage your credit? What does it mean to have a credit, good credit or bad credit? How does it affect you in your entire life? Then we're also looking at, okay, within the job club, if people are looking at really either starting a business, how do they get a loan? So we discuss about chasing the potential and also the partnership that we have. So mainly we went through a lot of more of that. But also we talked about Seeker. What is really Seeker, and what do we plan to do within Seeker? Seeker is a social enterprise employment career entrepreneur resource center. So we're planning to have this center whereby all these people could come, and even the job club will be housed within that program or within that building. So where we can work with the small businesses to help them to come up with the business plans, to come up with how they can look for funding, entrepreneurs to improve their ability to create jobs, because really entrepreneurs are supposed to be creating jobs. So we looked at all this, and also to create job opportunities. And this includes, like, also we talked about languages, how we can really help other people that don't speak English well, or don't speak English at all, or want to advance in English to be more professional in the languages. But mainly in the beginning, we're going to be looking at people who really from the minority or Spanish or wherever that are looking really to be able to speak in English. And this is really, we're looking at the valley, because when you go to the valley over there, Coachella, you find that we have some even younger people that maybe their parents are working in the plantation, so they need to study English. And when you go to Center for Employment and Training, there are many students there that really don't speak English well, and they are looking for those opportunities. And also, we're looking at Spanish. We ourselves, we need to know the language of the people that we help. And we believe that really knowing a different language, second or third, whatever, is an advantage in a business, but also in employment. So we're looking at how we can partner with others that who can speak that language. So we're looking at really to partner with Get in Motion, Mr. Armando. He's a Spanish speaker, and he's also in the business. So we looked at all those, and also partnerships. We looked at really partnering with different organizations like IBEW, Riverside County Black Chamber of Commerce, the Coachella Valley Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Also, we came up with others, like we have also the small business, the branch of Orange County, and then Coachella Valley. We have also contacted there with Mr. Tel Small. He's a consultant there. And the advantage that is in there is that what they do is that they can do consulting, and that consulting is really for free because they are paid through the federal government. So this is what we went through, and we're looking at you guys to come in if you have any kind of really others that we can add on, and that will be helpful, so that we are not just ending on what we have, but also others. And then when we were in class, we're looking at really what some people were suggesting that we added on what we have on the PowerPoint. We were talking about networking. And when we talk about networking, we're looking at really people to get employed is still who you know. So like Dr. Posoa and others came in saying it's who you know. And we talked about networking mainly in regards to clubs. Like when you look at, we have country clubs, we have Rotary, we have Kiwanis, we have Lions clubs, we have all those organizations. So we're looking at how can we put our youth or ourselves to join these clubs where we can really be able to network. Because the more you network with others, it's the more that you get all those new contacts that could help you. And also, someone also suggested asking about how did you really, if there is a job that opens up when you go for interviews, they suggested that people really, when you go to an interview, we don't ask you questions, so they don't ask you questions. So they are suggesting that we should also be teaching people when they go for interviews also to be able to ask you questions of how much are they going to be paid, what are the benefits, all those things. And also, how did the job come up to be open? Because sometimes they open up a job and you're replacing somebody who has a lot of experience that you might be really looking to be able to study hard to be able to cope up with the job requirement. So then they talked about how the Black really, their unemployment rate is high. And why is that? So we have also to teach those. And also, we are looking at disappointment. So we're saying, how can we really empower our youth, our people, our beneficiaries, how to be comfortable sometimes with the disappointment? And this takes a matter of training them because they're not going to be able just to handle it, because some people, they believe that some people really don't know how to handle disappointment if they get a job and they lose it. And then they suggested that, for example, we can really teach those kind of skills through games, that when in a game, if you lose, it doesn't mean that it's the end, but it means that you have to work a little bit higher. So I'm going to open up to you because I'm not, we are looking at your suggestions. What do you think we should add on the list that we have on the PowerPoint? We have some activities and others, but I'm going to open up to you to really to ask you if you have any suggestion that you could look at that we could really we could use. I'm going to open up to you, and if there is anybody with a suggestion, please feel free to come on. I see we have Candace here, Adams. Nice to see you. We have Jacob.
Hi.
Hi.
I have a direct question for, I guess, Jacob, actually. So one of our activities of the job club or the social enterprise employment model is a career fair. And I'm curious, for college students, what is their opinion on career fairs? Do they like virtually, in person? Do they like it focused on a specific career path or very general? Just want to hear more about it. Are you there, Jacob?
About career fairs?
Yes, like to hear what your opinion on them is.
So I think that career fairs are great, and I've been to them like virtually and in person. I think that the in-person ones are more appealing to me. And also I think it's really important to figure out like the niche. Like the last career fair I was at was like for MESA, the Mathematics, Engineering, Science Application program. And there was a lot of people, everyone there like was looking forward to the kinds of careers that they were offering. I thought that was great. And that's what I really liked the most, because there was companies there like from PG&E and like Keysight and Uber and stuff like that. And I think that's one thing that matters a lot, is like the audience, like who they're catering towards. And I would say that I wonder like what kind of companies would be there for what kind of people, like what's the demographic of people. I assume that it'd be between the ages of like 15 and like 18 in general, right?
That's helpful. Thank you. At a career fair, actually, other than companies tabling, what other activities would you like to be seen there? Like maybe professional headshots or a speakers panel, or maybe like mock interviews, or say if it was art, a portfolio review, or even making, I don't know, like a mini pitch on an idea, like say maybe like it's for engineering, like a engineering idea.
Yeah, you know, I think that that's all very good things, and it really depends like the audience, because like I talk to lots of young people and they about stuff like this, like